Hello, what a beautiful day it is. In this tutorial I'm going to make this together with you. It's made with 7 text effects which I'll explain through the process. This is completely made in the free version of Davinci Resolve, so you can follow along. Effect 1. Add an image to text. You can add any image to your text. The first thing you need to do is search for an image with a cool pattern. I used a photo of bricks, silver, and money that I found on Pexels. The links to those are in the video description. I chose a large version of each one, and then you can click on download selected size. You can also choose other photos, it's totally equal. If you want to continue to make this together, choose the money photo. Once you have downloaded a nice photo or photos, you can place them in a folder. It's equal where you place these files or folder. Just somewhere on your computer or drive where you can easily find them back. I placed them in a new folder named Textures in my documents. Now let's open the greatest software, Davinci Resolve. Create a new project, give it a name and click Create. I will set it here on Full HD 25 FPS. You can do that as well or choose your own settings. Now go to the Edit page. Right click here, Timelines, create new timeline, and give this a name as well. Click Create. The first step here is to search for Text Plus while standing on Toolbox and drag it to the timeline. Click on the text clip and enter the text that you like to have. Now choose a font that has enough thickness. I go for Franklin Gothic Heavy. You can change the size here. Let's continue with this size. Now let's add the image. Go to Shading. Here element 1 is enabled by default. We are going to make the changes here. Go to Type, Image, Image Source, Clip. Now just click on Browse. Go to the folder with your images that you created at the start and select your image. In Mapping Size, you can change the size of your pattern. When it's small it looks like a honeycomb, so I eventually created this. I'll explain how I did it. The background is just a honeycomb which you can find in Fusion generators, so this is the lowest clip. The money is just a duplicate or a copy of the honey, but with a higher mapping size as you saw. By the way, let's drag it so that the duration is 10 seconds. The I need is a text plus clip as well, but with Freestyle Script as a font. But you can choose your own fonts as well. But wait, obviously this doesn't look good yet. So let's go to Effect 2, Outlines. To add outlines in shading elements, go to 2, which is named Red Outline, and enable this. Now you can change the color here in Solid. If you want to change the thickness, you can do that here. Effect 3, Shadow. If you want to add a smooth shadow, you can go to Shading Element 3 and enable Black Shadow. To make it less visible, you can bring the opacity down here. With Blend, you can adjust the softness. Effect 4, Ping Pong Loop. We're not going to play a ping pong game, but we are going to make this ping pong effect. Okay, let's work on the I need. What I want to obtain is that the I need endlessly rotates from the left to the right and back like this. So drag this text a little bit to the right, place your red timeline indicator on it, and go here to Fusion. Go to the first frame with the red timeline indicator. With the template node selected, go here to Transform Rotation. And now on the Z-axis, I want to animate it. Now the transform is on characters. You can also choose this or words if you like that more. Whatever you set it on, we are going to make it wiggle like this. I'm going to set it on lines. So this is a movement that I'm going to create now. It gives an urgent feeling, which looks funny to me. So here is the timeline. At the very start, place the Z-axis on 12. or another number that you like, and then click on the diamond icon to create a keyframe. Now go to frame 10 with the red timeline indicator and change the z-axis to -12. Press enter and the keyframe will be there. Now go to the first frame, click somewhere, press spacebar, and you can see that we have this small part already. The rest we can do with a ping-pong loop. Select spline here, check line angle Z, and now click on this icon here. This is zoom to fit. Now you can see the keyframes here. Each time when you lose the keyframes out of sight, just click on zoom to fit and they will be there automatically. Select the keyframes. Right click here, set loop, choose ping pong. You can see here that you created a loop. Now when you press spacebar on the timeline, you can see that it's endlessly animated. The transition from left to right and vice versa is very harsh to me, so let's soften it. Select the first two keyframes and just press S on your keyboard. S from Superman. Now you can see that it has a smooth curve. It slows down and speeds up instead of being linear. So let's integrate this again in our design. Go to the edit page and just move the clip again to the start. Let's go to effect 5, add borders. Let's do this on the money. Go to shading element 4 and enable it. If you zoom in, you can see a hidden small gap here. If you don't like it, you can extend horizontal here. Here you can change the color. Blue is a very beautiful color, so I'm going to leave it like this. Okay, we're doing great. I refined the design a little bit with the tools that you saw. Now I have this. Maybe I'm going to change one thing about the image. In shading element 1, you can see that the mapping level is on character. This has the effect that the 20 cent is everywhere on the same location. If you want more variety, you can change the mapping level to word. This is what I have now. Also, you can change the mapping size as well again. Now I'm going to give 2 extra tips. First one is you can animate the honeycomb. So let's make the text invisible. Select all text clips, right click and you select enable here. If you select the honeycomb, you can see in generator a few tools that you can adjust and animate. I animated the border width only, also with a ping pong loop. It's the same workflow as in effect 4. I'm quickly going to do that without too much explanation as it's already explained. With the red timeline indicator on top of the honeycomb, go to Fusion. Go to the start with the red timeline indicator. Change the value to something that you like. And then click on the diamond icon to create a keyframe. Go to frame 10 and change the value again. Here make sure that the border width is selected. That's the only difference. I can see the keyframes already, so zoom to fit isn't really needed. You can press S before setting the loop as well. Then, with the keyframes selected, right click, set loop, ping pong. Then you'll have this. So like this, it's like a beating heart. Enable the clips and you have this. Second tip is, you can change the look and feel with Dehancer. I went from this to this by using Dehancer. Dehancer is a paid plugin with a lot of extra functions to obtain cool film looks. And you will get some discount with my code, so keep watching. With the Dehancer plugin I can create looks like for example this, or this, or I can make adjustments like this. So I'm going to explain how I made this look. Go to dehancer.com, Products, Davinci Resolve OFX Plugins, View Product on Dehancer Pro, choose the right operating system, which is Windows in my case, and here you can download and try for free, but this version will have a watermark. So if you have downloaded the test version, you'll need to extract and there you will have installers. When I first came across, I installed them both, while you only need one. For me, on a Windows computer with an NVIDIA drive, I needed to install CUDA only. When you're not sure, you can install them both, and I'll explain what to do. So once you've installed the software, check if here in Preferences, Video Plugins, if the answer is checked. So if you used both installers, make sure to only check one, and then check which one is working. If you want to purchase, you can go to Pricing. If you're one person, choose the individual, photo, and video. You can choose between monthly payment, yearly payment, or one-time payment. I would recommend lifetime. So choose Davinci Resolve. Check these two boxes. Here you can enter a promo code. If you use TIM20, you'll get 10% off. This goes as well for the monthly and annually price version. And now I can explain how to obtain this look. Search with toolbox selected for adjustment clip and drag it on top of all the layers. Extend it to the exact same length. Now go to the color grading tab. Make sure that effects is toggled on. Okay, so search here for the answer and drag it on the node. So you can find the answer when it's installed and checked in Video Plugins. With these functions you can make a lot of adjustments. It has some default settings, so first, disable every effect to start from 0 for the editing. Just uncheck enabled everywhere. So when you toggle off the effect here and you don't see any changes, it's okay. Now I'll explain what I changed. So you can do that together with me. Drag the temperature comp to the right for a warmer look. Enable Film Developer and boost the colors here. Enable halation and choose 8mm Super 8 no ramjet. Enable bloom and put it on 8mm Super 8. And like this you can give cool grades in almost no time. You can also test all other sliders. Every tool can be very useful like you see. Also in the edit page, I changed the blue color in shading element 4 to green as it looked more appealing to me now. Effect 6. Easing keyframes in the edit page. Okay, so if you want to make the text come in or make it zoom in, you can do this with easing keyframes. Let's turn off some things that aren't needed. Disable the answer for a while if you have it, and disable the honeycomb. This here is our honey text clip, let's animate this first. We are going to make it come in from the left. With the red timeline indicator at the end of the animation that we are going to make, and the honey text clip selected, click on the diamond icon at position. If you click on this diamond icon here, you can see the keyframes. Go to the start with the timeline indicator and move the honey to the left. Now it comes in at a linear speed. Let's make it dynamic. Click on this icon on the text clip, select the two keyframes here, and click on this icon with two curves. Now when you single click on the keyframes here, you can see that it has a handle that you can adjust. So if you drag this a little bit upwards, this will happen, as the X value is a little bit higher a few frames before the end. You can move the keyframes as well, so with this principle I did the same with honey and money. The eye need is done with the same principle as well, but then at a zoom. I animated it from value 0 to 1 and then gave them this curve by clicking the icon with two curves. So that's a challenge for you, or you can animate it how you like it. Effect 7. Camera shake. Let's enable the honeycomb again. Select the 3 text clips, right click, and choose New Compound Clip. Give it a name and click Create. Now all clips are in a compound clip. Let's bring this 2 layers down. Now search for camera shake. Pay attention, it's not one in the toolbox, but one in Open Effects. There are 2 effects with the same name, so drag and drop the one out of the Open Effects. It's a bit laggy, but when you play it, you can see that the text is dancing a little bit. Here, it isn't laggy anymore. Okay, so we were here. What you can do as well if you want to give each text different shaking moves is create a compound clip for each one separately and then drop the effect on each one apart. So I'm only going to use a camera shake for money and honey as the eye need already has a ping pong effect. So what you can do is adjust these parameters here on this one. You can just play around. Also, if you want to change the text of a compound clip, you can right-click Open in Timeline. Click this icon, Displays Text Timelines. And here is the money timeline. Double-click on the final timeline to open your timeline again. Also, when you can't extend the length of the compound clip anymore, the duration of the text inside the compound clip needs to be extended at first, and then it's not a problem anymore. Also, it can happen that the texture loses connection like here sometimes, or I had this problem at least. If that happens, just go to Shading Element 1 where you edit the pattern, click Browse, and double-click on the image again to reconnect. So whenever this problem would occur, do this. So with the answer on, this is the final result. Feel free to like and subscribe if you would like to have more tutorials like this.